hockey community. AJ Quetta, senior at Bishop Fian High School, went down with a tough injury. We've seen it before with Travis Roy and Matt Brown and Deanna Lang. Just your thoughts on what is certainly a tough situation and a scary situation.
Yeah, it is. You never want to see it happen, and unfortunately it does sometimes. I think the big thing is just the hockey community rallying around when that happens. And you see so much support. You know, AJ and his family aren't alone by any means. We got so many people behind them, supporting them, helping out as best they can, and sending well wishes. And we know he's gonna, pull through and be great. And here he's a strong kid as it is, and I know the family is as well. So we're behind him. I know a lot of people are, and it's just great to see support when tragedy strikes. But we know there's brighter days ahead.
Thank you.
Go next to Fluto Shinzawa.
Charlie, I had a question regarding Brad, and I asked this to Chris yesterday because he's kind of in a similar career path as you, because you get to see him first winning the Cup as a BU freshman. You get to play against him when you're in Minnesota. Now you've been a teammate of his for the last couple of years. So as you progress through those different stages, how has your perception of Brad adapted to where it is now?
Brad Marchand, you're talking
Yes.
about?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Want to make sure. Yeah, I guess you kind of set the stages of, growing up and kind of watching him as he was starting up, and then seeing him win a cup, and then playing against him. That's a whole different aspect, because you go from kind of rooting for him to, I got to start to hate this guy. And it's, playing against him we all know Brad, playing with him and learning from him. And it's really cool to see these guys and how you see how good they are when you play against them and you watch them, but then you're in the same locker room and you practice with them and you see how hard they work. And it's not just, maybe he has some natural talent, but that guy works. And it pushes other guys, it pushes younger guys, pushes older guys to see his work ethic and what he does to prepare and what makes him so good on the ice. It's practice and his details and his game. And just watching that day in, day out is pretty inspiring, and it pushes you to work harder and try to become a better player too, because you see guys like him do it every single day.
Go next to Emily Benjamin.
Hey, Charlie. This is an odd year for rookies to sort of integrate themselves into a team. Is there anything you guys are doing to try and maybe help that process along without being able to go out to dinner or sort of do the usual things that you might in another season?
It is tough. Whether you're on the road and you want to be inside the guidelines of what we're able to do, whether you're in the hotel or at the rink, and having the masks on, but still being able to talk to and interact with each other, off the ice as well. So that's kind of something you have to deal with. And but just being close and when you're around the rink, I think you got to make the most of it and talking to one another, and especially younger guys, making them feel comfortable and always chatting. And as we know, the standard here is everyone's treated the same, and we need everyone on the same boat and feeling comfortable so they can go out and play their game as best they can. And I think our leadership here is second to none. Those guys have, learning from them from me has been awesome, and you really take it to heart and how they go about their business and how they treat everyone. So that's all we try to do, especially younger guys coming in, and when things aren't ideal or a normal circumstance as usual, it's up to us to, while we get the time at the rink and in the proper guidelines, doing that and talking and making sure everyone's feeling comfortable and able to perform.
Thanks, Charlie.
We'll go next to Kevin Dupont.
Hey, Charlie, you're with Kretsch tonight, and both of you drive lines as centers and in different ways. Kretsch sort of changing the speeds and passing, and you're more the possession guy. So tonight when you go into this line, you've got Kretsch and we're learning more about Richie's game being straight line and try to get in front. Where do you I know that the game is in many ways random, but going in, how do you kind of slot yourself mentally on how you'll work with these guys?
Well, I don't think I'd change a whole lot. I want to play my game, what I do well. and you kind of just hope you gel and mesh well with the other two guys. We all know Kretsch is as a player. He's awesome and pass first type of guy. And Richie, we've seen his game progress and putting up numbers and just being a big guy out there and using his size. So I think we all know what to expect from each other. I think that can help too. Just know what each of us brings. I think that certainly helps too. Not a lot of practice time, and we had one yesterday. Get a few reps in, but I played with them both before, so hopefully it clicks right away. It might take a little bit, but I'll just stick to my game, what I do well, and I think we'll be able to feed off each other and see what we can do out there.
I assume most of the time when you've been put on wing, it's been the right side because you're a right-handed shot.
Most of the time, I played both, but it's mostly the right side when I'm switching. Yeah.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yep.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, media. Thank you, Charlie. We'll see you guys later tonight.
Thanks, guys.